So this is the part that takes a little bit more time, and we're gonna just basically go through this. And before we actually start making cuts and everything, we want to make sure that our video and audio is good. So remember, I told you that I don't have any sound coming out of the right side. This is left only, and so you'll see only that side bumping up. So before you do any cuts of any kind, you'll want to mix input to mono, and then you'll have them both bumping. Also, smooth volume levels will normalize it, and so that is good to make sure that you do it also. Whatever software you use to record, you want to make sure that it's normalized. Then finally, obviously this is, or not finally, but before you start making cuts, it's also good generally to just hide the mouse pointer and then only show it in times where the mouse pointer is actually being useful or actually doing something that might be kind of confusing to the user if they don't see the mouse pointer. So let's go ahead and give this a shot. We'll go ahead and save what we have now. And I don't start talking until right about here, so it's not really useful to have all that blank space. I normally start just like a half a second before, and I'm gonna just delete all this. So here you can see that I've included the expect assertion library. Generally, I don't need to watch it because I know that it's quality. I don't need to like cut out anything, unless I do like a big pause or I say a lot of ums or something, which I often do. Then I generally don't really need to worry about that, and I can catch things in, when I'm all finished editing. So here I can see there's a difference here. I probably, like, you see that my cursor is highlighting things and stuff, or my mouse pointer. It's not really a big deal. People can assume that I'm using keyboard shortcuts or something, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave that hidden. And now we can get rid of those things. And unfortunately, you see there's a big jump right there. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut right here. We're going to do a freeze frame. And then I'm going to fade this. So actually, I want to make sure that these two are closer together so I have fewer of a break, or less of a break. And then I'll fade. Okay, so that was a little bit too little of a break. So we'll give it a little bit more time to let the fade sink in. And we'll zoom that guy. Oh, we'll do the opposite direction here. Zoom that guy into there. And then let's watch. In JavaScript. So you can see we have this double function we're calling, and also this pluck. And each of these are supposed to use the map API. So there was a little bit of a break right there. I'll just get rid of that. And just a little bit more. So we'll take that and we're supposed to use the map API. And yeah, so it can be distracting when I like take those breaks, and so I cut those out. The map API to pass the test that they have inside of them. Here in the double function, you'll see that there's a little bit of a break too. You want to keep the pace going. Here in the double function, you'll see that we expect our input. Yeah, sometimes I have that big and then I immediately say input, and that's just something I should work on. I'm not going to cut that out. But that's still, oops, still is kind of annoying to have that. So we're going to get rid of that. Expect our input to be transformed into this expected value where all the numbers are doubled, and we're going to do that using the map API. For the pluck, we have this array of objects, and we're going to expect that we can pluck off the name value of each of those objects, and we'll use the map API on the input to do that. Okay, and then I can cut this big spot here. And if we go ahead and run our code here. Anytime you have a transition like that, you want to make sure you watch the transition so that it doesn't like suddenly jerk the user into some other context, because if it does and you actually do need to have that cut, then you'll want to do a fade of some kind. Okay, great. So then I can do this big cut right here. Go ahead and make this pass. So to start out with the double, we're going to fine. This out, and we have the map API being called on this input array, and it's being being called with this callback argument. The callback is a function, and we're going to call it callback here. And the callback accepts an item, and then it returns. Things are looking pretty good. In place of that item. So for us, if we return just the item, then we'll see that our error message doesn't actually change at all. But if we say that bit might have been a little bit confusing. Then we'll see that the expected that's probably okay. Is supposed to be equal to that. Of course, it's not. And so if we now take the item and multiply it by 2, then we're going to see that we have a new error, and that's that puck is failing. So if we uncomment that, then we'll see that everything passes. So you'll see right here, I say uncomment that, but I actually commented it out. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-record just me saying that. So then we're going to see that we have a new error, and that's that puck is failing. So I'm just going to say that little phrase there. And we can see that the error is now that puck is failing. So let's go ahead and comment that out. There we go. And we'll add that to our document. And I'm just going to take the audio, stick it right here, and make sure that we fix up the audio here. Smooth and mix. And then let's. Then we're going to see. We'll start cutting there. And then we'll place this guy right in there. Except first I'm going to cut that bit out so it fits nicely. And we'll cut this bit. And now you can see we have a gap of audio because I said it faster, and that is fine. So what we'll do right here is we'll just cut that. And we'll shrink this down to right here. Even cut that out even a little bit more. And then we'll take this guy and just shrink it down to right here. And bring those up into alignment because that's where they're lined up. And then speed that up a little bit or slow it down a little bit. Okay, great. Now we'll go back and watch all that to make sure the video and audio look good together. So if we now take the item and multiply it by 2, and we can see that the error is now that puck is failing. So let's go ahead and comment that out. Then we'll see that everything passes. There's no error thrown. And so like, I know that it's not exactly what I said, but it actually sounds just fine. So we can be good there. Our purposes for this callback on the double. On the double. Silly. So let's go ahead and on the double. So now if we enable this puck and we run our test again, we're going to see that this is failing. And so here we'll do the same with this, and we'll say function. Okay, and I'm actually going to, like, because this is a little tedious to watch me type the function callback again. So here we'll do the same with this. So I say here we'll do the same with this. That's perfect for what I want to actually have this do. I set up the callback, and boom, right there. I can get rid of all of this. And here we'll have this fade a little bit right here. There we go. And people know exactly what happened, and I saved them some time. Keep the pace up so people are actually learning valuable things. So here we simply want to return the item.name, and that will make our test pass. Okay. So and we'll get rid of that big space. So there are a couple other arguments that these functions can accept. You can also get an index and the full array. So if I'm going to console... So this sounds a lot louder than what I was... So there are a couple other... Yeah, it just sounds a lot louder. And normally that is taken care of by having, you know, these clips normalized, but I guess I was just talking really loud or something. I don't know. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take that, cut it, and just make the volume go down just a little bit so that it's not so jarring. We simply want to return the item.name, and that will make our test pass. So there are a couple other... That's much better. These functions can accept. can also get an index and the full array. So if I'm going to console.log here, we'll just do a couple lines, and then I'll console.log item, index, and array. Then we'll see that the first item. Okay, that was not super great. So I think I might have to do another video or audio overlay here. Then we'll see that. Okay, so we're gonna just cut this out. And actually, we don't want to cut the video. We'll just cut audio, and we'll speed up the video. So here we'll pull this guy over. We don't want to speed up this entire clip because then it might get a little bit off. And so we're going to just start speed up right here. And then we'll bring these two back in alignment. Console.log item, index, and array. Then we'll see that the first item. So yeah, I'm kind of stumbling over my words just for a second right there. So I can take right here. Okay, and I actually can probably cut that right there. And even probably cut the video, it's probably fine. Perfect. Nancy and her index is 0, and then we get the entire array. And then we are on the next iteration. We have Bob is the item, his index is 1, and then we have the entire array again. And then the next iteration here is the item is Randy, index is 2, and we get the entire array. Okay, so I think people probably get it by about the second iteration. So and then we get the entire array. And then we are on the next iteration. And so I think I can say probably, and actually this is a great place to have the mouse pointer. The first item here, then we'll see the first item here is Nancy and her index is 0, and then we get the entire array. And then we are on the next iteration. We have Bob is the item, his index is 1, and then we have the entire array again. Okay, and then I'll just here, I'm going to record new audio that says, and so on and so forth. And we'll just take that audio, stick it right here, make sure it's normalized. We might have to lower the volume a little bit because it's such a short clip. So we'll just have to listen for that. And so on and so forth. Yeah, I can tell already that the volume needs to be lowered. Because it's just such a short clip, and so I don't have like my louder points and my softer points to have more like consistent flow. Finally, so here we'll do this, and then we will extend this guy. And then we have the entire array again, and so on and so forth. Finally, there is. Whoa. So that fade didn't look like it faded at all. That's interesting. So if I go back up here like this, and so on and so forth. Finally, there is sort of another argument, and that is okay. Yeah, I don't need to fade that. It's interesting. So if we go worked out. And change our console log to include this, then we're going to see this huge amount of output. What that is the window object. So we can actually specify this by using the second argument into the map function, and we'll just say that this will be an object. This is looking pretty good. Hello world, that property, and then we'll see in each of our iterations, we'll get hello world as this argument, and that is the API for map. Perfect. Okay, great. So now I'm going to preview this, and then we'll export it, and I'll do that next.